I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And welcome everybody. Looking for approval for the minutes. First by Legislator Holt, second by Legislator Lockwood. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Resolutions. IP1, resolution authorizing budgetary modification Department of Solid Waste to establish capital project to repair the retaining wall under the Class Sky transfer station from the solid waste unappropriated fund balance to the capital project. First by legislator. Motion. First by Legislator Martino, second by Legislator Jordan. No further discussion.
This is for the engineering portion. We'll get it underway, get some specs generated, get it quoted, and then I will add the project once I have the quotes in place.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carries. IT2, resolution authorizing budgetary modification Department of Solid Waste to establish a capital project to replace the air compressors at the energy recovery facility. First by Legislator Walpole, second by Legislator Martino. Open for discussion.
Looks like the info memo says, the air compressors are various ages from 94 and 99, 96 and 99. They've got tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of hours on them potentially. They're wore out. So I'm working with a couple of vendors now. I've actually got Scribe Electric coming tomorrow to assess my electrical service. And then Joe Wilhelm and myself will make an equipment selection, and I will keep you posted. And the money I'm asking for will get us started, and we'll get the installation dollars put together, and I'll bring that forward hopefully next week.
Okay. And that was, you had 4 compressors, right?
Yes.
So you're doing them all?
Well, a combination. We've got 2 150s and 2 75s. I don't know if we're going to go and make it more 150s or a couple 200s and a 150. That's what we're assessing electrically tomorrow, what we can supply. So there's a few moving pieces here I've got to nail down, and then I'll make a choice, and yes, we'll get them ordered.
What make are those units?
Currently Ingersoll Rand, and I don't have any support. Ingersoll Rand just doesn't respond, right. So I'm looking at Atlas Copco and Gardner Denver.
Okay.
Which are very good names in the industry.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely.
Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. IT3, resolution establishing capital project number 0924, Oswego County Airport Taxiway B&D rehab construction. Motion to discuss. First by Legislator Holt, second by Legislator Walpole. Talk about that.
So this is one of the grants that we applied for from the FAA. It'll be, as per usual, 90% federal, 5% state, and 5% local. Bidding early to get really good prices, and actually the prices came in better than expected. We were anticipating over $2 million for this project, and it actually came in at 1.6. So we got good prices. The pavement expectancy, life expectancy is 20 years. These are 22 and I believe 24 years old. Taxiway D is the last section of edge lighting that's not in conduit and concrete cans. It's all direct burial. Troubleshooting is near impossible. You wait and see where the worms start popping out of the ground. And we have not received the grant offer yet. There's another resolution coming up to pre-authorize the execution of the grant offer.
So this is taxiway. So they're going to replace the cans, electrical too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
We're not going to replace the lights because we're trying to do that as a airport-wide project to convert over to LED. And we don't want these lights being this manufactured and all the rest of it. Right. Yeah. So we're going to replace all the infrastructure for the lights, but not the lights themselves.
Yeah.
Until the FAA will fund the LED version.
All right. Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. IT4, Resolution increasing authorization of capital project number 1423, design and construction of parking lots. Want to give it a go, Rick?
Sure. This is to increase the money for that parking lot of DSS. It's gonna be 106 spots. There's a maintenance garage on the property. We have no storage out there at this point. We need storage. That's pretty crucial part of this project, to have a 28 by 30 foot garage. It's gonna have metal siding, metal roof, lights, and water. So that is the additional cost in this parking lot, but, other than that, it's 106 spots with lighting around it.
Guess I should have said that first. Maybe you did. Okay, anybody else?
No, you didn't.
No, we didn't want to move for this.
I moved for
All
discussion.
right, move it for discussion. First by legislator Beard, second by legislator Walpole. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Oh, go ahead.
This was the original parking lot, right, that we took the house down off.
This was where both of those houses were. Right now, the only thing left there is it's an old garage.
Yeah.
And part of this new construction is to tear everything down, including that garage. So if you've been out there, that parking lot, well, it's big. It's probably half the size of the big parking lot. 106 spots, and it stretches back by where that old garage is.
Right. No, I went out there, I'd seen it walking down the first floor of the house, was down, plus that, I know there was a lot of issues, things came up with the drainage, tie and everything.
And that's part of it. It's on a hill, so all that drainage is coming off that hill, and that's why the parking lot is designed the way it is, with the swale at the top, the drainage all down through the middle of it. And then we also designed it so it'd be easy to plow during winter. You could take everything south.
I remember our original theory of going in, taking the house down, have highway department going to blacktop it. We got close to $1 million here by now.
Right, yeah, it's pretty costly.
Jim?
I guess my question, Rick, is, we're building the parking lot to fill the land that we have, or we're building because we need 106 more?
We weren't building because this was their request to have 100, I think they originally said 117 more spots. And I think we came up with 106.
But again, because that's the max you can put in that lot.
No, we're still gonna have some property to the south of the parking lot.
How many parking, offhand, you know how many parking spots are in the original?
I don't. Just from everybody out there, I would say close to 300, 400.
Well, that would give us 300, there's 300 and some odd employees and 100 customers.
You're right.
Seems like that'd be more than enough.
And it's truly, most days it's not. Most days and Veronica could tell you this from when she worked out there, people park just anywhere. They park on the lawn, they park in handicap spots, they just throw their cars everywhere. They
Parking the street, down back, go get in.
They do. So, and I know part of this proposal also, when I talked to them yesterday, they're going to encourage all the employees to park in the new parking lot and just leave this one designated for the clients.
When I worked out there, I would not leave myself an appointment to doctors or anything in the morning because we didn't want to get there.
Right, and I believe it's still that way. I know employees start out there at 5:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
and I'm sure some of that's just to get some
So they
parking.
get parking.
I know I've gone out there a couple, and some days there's not a lot, and then other days it's like you're at the fair.
Right, I think, from my knowledge, the only time there was out there is during COVID, and there was a lot of employees working from home.
Right.
But most days, I mean, and I'm out there a couple times a week, it's always crowded.
Yeah.
I don't hit those times when I drive by.
I understand, this is gonna complete this thing though, right?
It is. Well, we sure hope so.
Excuse me?
Yep.
So where's the money coming from?
To the capital project.
Not the other side of the house.
No, it came out of our, I think we set that capital project up on fund balance, if I remember right.
And DSS will be also playing parts of this. It'll be over years.
75%.
Yeah, it'll be over years though because it's the way that it's done. It'll be.
Okay. I gotta keep.
Anybody else? All in favor? Aye.
I have to
Opposed?
abstain,
Oh, you abstain. Oh, that's right. I
right,
forgot.
because I know I know the guy that's doing the work.
Oh,
I'm opposed.
get there, Raven?
You got it.
Okay, very good. Everybody's got IT 5, 6, and 7, I take it? Okay. IT 5, resolution authorizing the execution of grant options at the Oswego Airport. First by legislator Martino, second by legislator Holtz, open for discussion.
So we all remember back in September when the FAA, when they issue the grants, the turnaround time, usually it's within a week. And if we don't have the pre-authorization to carry them back to grants, then it's pretty messed up and you have to call for special legislative meetings. Nobody's happy about that. So basically what this is, the one capital project that we just approved and the next one coming up, it's just to pre-authorize the chairman to execute these grant offers.
Just like our other ones, it's just,
It's the same as the ones that we always get.
project pending we get the grant.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
Mr. Chairman?
Sure.
I'm not sure the committee is aware, on the vote on the parking lot, because that was on the DSS parking
The
lot.
last one.
Right, since there are 9 committee members, and there's only 6 here, but, with Legislator Martino voting no, and Legislator Holst, abstaining, that was only 4 votes for, out of 9, so it didn't pass.
Okay. Thank you very much.
So what you'll do is bring that back up for the next meeting, or? You have 3 committee members that aren't here. It's, this was to accept the bid? Yes. All right. Well, this says increase the authorization.
No, it's
And now you're accepting the bid, right?
It's to increase,
No.
no, it's to increase the capital project.
Okay. Okay, that was IT, I stepped out, so that was
Was that
IT 4?
Yes.
That was just to increase the money in the capital project.
All right, so that wasn't accepting the bid. Yeah. Right. Just trying to see if it's safe to award, because there is another project in there was the kayak launch parking lot, which new information just the other day we may not be able to do, so there is money in there. Don't know if it's exactly enough.
Can we bring this right back before? Yeah,
The-
have a special
Well,
meeting.
the procedure would be is, we can go back and look at the capital project, look at the kayak launch and others, to see if the money is there without increasing it. This could always be brought back in a special meeting
Vote to accept.
before the legislature, meaning to, if you want to table the bid award, do the bid award, assuming that we have got enough money. And it's someone from this committee who voted on the prevailing side, could ask to bring it back for a vote.
I have a question. Didn't we already approve the parking lot bid? Because it's not on here.
We're just trying to get the capital project.
Right, the
Oh, we already
parking lot's
did that.
already been
Okay.
approved.
Yeah.
This is the money to fund it,
All we're doing is the funding.
I think.
Okay, so let's
So
go
we have
back.
to increase the project.
Increase the
Increase
project.
We just transferred
Capital
108,000.
project.
But if we let's take a look and see what difference the other projects that are in there have. Now that we know we're not doing the kayak launch, and we could bring it back for a special meeting before the legislature to vote on this again for this committee.
Yeah, because it was only 180,000.
Yeah,
All right, so that's what we're gonna do. We have to have vote on it. You already took
Already
it.
took the vote.
All right.
They'll look at the project to see if there's anything else can be removed.
Yeah.
And keep it under the same price that it was started at,
Right.
without increasing the capital project.
And if you can, then we have the special.
Then you could, yeah,
And that's not going to interfere with the bids though?
ordered the bid.
We
Right,
ordered
but that's what I'm trying to, figure out. I already awarded the bid, so how is that gonna work?
But we haven't awarded it yet. have we?
All bid awards are contingent upon adequate funding, I believe.
I can go down and look and see. Let me go, I'll be right back.
Well, I think the standard language in
Okay.
government contracts that it's, with available funding. We could also take a look, see if any of our highway department could do any of the work instead of a full bid. So that could bring the price down too.
So we're gonna bring it back before the ledge meeting?
We can, what we'll do is we'll do some calculations, see what's in there, see if we need to, see if we still need to increase the capital project. If not, we can go forward as it is, because the bid's awarded. We could, that way we come in low budget.
Do we still want to revisit, see if highway would do the paving?
Yeah, we can do that too, that's one way to bring it.
We do that in
Yeah.
between.
Right. So we'll do that research. I'll get the information to committee chair and go from there.
Very good. Back to regular scheduled program. IT6, resolution establishing capital project number 1024, Oswego County Airport rotating beacon replacement construction. First by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Holt. Open for discussion.
So this is another one to be, FAA funding, 90% federal, 5% state, 5% local. And again, we tried, bidding at the right time, and this one was the one that came in very, very low. We've worked with this contractor. They do every airport lighting job across the country. So we're, very happy with the company, very happy with the price, and that somebody else is gonna pay 95% of the cost.
Anybody else? No in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. IT7, resolution authorizing the execution of an amended contract with Standstill Corporation regarding change orders concerning the batch mixed plant rehabilitation project. Motion to discuss. Legislator Walpole, legislator Yurden. Open for discussion. So this is going.
We did the amendments to contract because there were many, many, many change orders,
Yes.
and it was getting higher and higher and higher, and we thought we should amend the contract because it wasn't just $20,000 more, or 5% more, 10% more. And so that's why we wrote the amendment. All those change orders are in there. They, did we say they're all in yet, or they're? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to highlight the fact that it went from a 1.9 million to a 2.7 million.
277, 9810, 128 totaling 875,000.
For that part of it.
Right.
Yeah, the standstill
Not
contract.
including capital project.
Right.
So we had money in there.
Yeah, we just wanted it to match the contract.
I understand. Okay, Legislator Martin,
What were the change orders for?
do we know what the change orders are?
Yeah,
for?
they should be behind, it would be at
How
that,
is it?
yep. This is change orders.
That's an accident.
Yeah, we'd have to get
I know we
that highway.
expected several, we did expect several, and due to the layout of the land, the whole 9 yards. Previous one that was technically supposed to be mobile.
And it's like, we sat down there a year ago, April, when I think we put it for what we anticipated. Correct. And so far, we've done under that. That's why it's kind of correct.
I know that we did, there was a whole discussion, but I think just curious me, because I think,
Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Under the bids. Bid 24 Air 004 taxiway BND. Let's back up one. Let's do the bid with Goodyear Tire.
Okay, so we sent out to 5 vendors, we got 2 responses. We went with Talmadge, and there, you should have a schedule where you can see the prices of all the different tires that Highway wanted.
And then we've got, Talmadge Tire Services Geneva Inc. Who's the low bidder?
Motion to accept.
Let's start with motion to discuss, and we'll go with motion to, first by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Yurden. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Now let's go to the taxiway B&D rehabilitation project. Motion to discuss. First by legislator Lockwood, second by legislator Walpole.
This is the job that we just approved the capital project for. Again, bids came in really good. We did pull this from last month's agenda. Their submittal, the DVE goals, were not quite in line with what the grant language says. So we did go back and they provided their DVE goals, didn't affect price or anything. And now they will meet the disadvantaged business enterprise goals. So,
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Bid 24 Air, this is the acquisition of 2 2024 newer electric pickups for the airport. Motion to discuss. First by legislator Yurden, second by legislator Holst.
So we went out to bid for this. Bid came in higher than what we had funding for, again, federal funding. So we rejected the bids. We removed the extended range battery, an external speaker for one of the airplane radios. And then the bids did come in within the funding available. So they actually, once we approved, they said 100 days plus or minus for delivery.
And the word that runs for the
That's correct.
Johnstown.
We only had 2 bidders, Browns, and the other one was out of Florida, I believe. And actually, their bid was a hybrid vehicle, which is not eligible under this funding.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Is it forward drive or two-wheel drive?
Four-wheel drive.
Wow.
We'll see how fast they are.
Put wings on them, maybe fly.
Right. They don't have to start.
That's what I'm wondering, when it's really cold, if they're gonna,
But you got heated hangers, haven't you?
Absolutely. Yep. It might be more of a golf cart. We'll see. Just during the summer months or changing light bulb.
Oh, it's free. All right, Sawyer County Airport EVAC course license agreement. Yeah, move for discussion, first by legislator Walpole, second by legislator Yurden. I'm gonna bend on you again.
Me again. So I touched on this a little bit last month to bring it to the committee. What it is, we all practiced driving after we got our licenses in the Walmart parking lot. We did donuts in the snow. These guys are actually 16 to 21-year-olds. They have to have a parent present, at least one parent present. They actually strive for 2 parents. They're driving their own vehicle, that's their parent's vehicle typically, that's registered, has its own insurance. This company will actually have additional insurance too. And what they're doing is basically just setting up home courses and you're heading straight and, okay, to choose the left lane and do it at 30 miles an hour, you know, a deer jumps in front of you. Basically, you have to have at least a learner's permit, and you have to be driving for half of the period of time that New York State requires between the permit and sign up for driving stuff. There's an instructor in the vehicle with the student at all times. Half of it's classroom training, half of it's on the course. They'll use an EVOC course. They'll bring their own cones. They're not using any of our buildings. They'll rent a porta potty bowl, have that set up there. I think it's a good thing for the public and for the younger people to just learn driving skills, defensive driving skills. The guy that's in charge of it, I've got a copy of his basically resume. They used to do this at Griffiths. Griffiths now, with new regulations, the military operations area has to be completely encompassed with a fence, and they're just not allowing him to use that space anymore. He's been using it for years, and that's the only reason that he's reaching out. Honestly, I think it's a really good thing. Mr. Mitchell has real estate insurance, and we're good. It's capped at 20 students per event, and he's only looking to do one event for the first year. We'll see how that goes.
Okay. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. Next one's on Greg Powell for, is it 2 legislator Chromebooks?
They're Wi-Fi hotspots, be
Okay.
available to legislators for use for remote use at their home if they don't have good internet connectivity.
Okay, we're gonna back up that and motion to discuss. Legislator Walpole, second by Legislator Martino. Hotspots, go ahead. Well, basically, this is like people that are far out in the distance that can't get it, put these hotspots in.
And if you had a remote event somewhere you wanted internet connectivity, you can use for that purpose.
Just for 2 of them. Good. Anybody else? All in favor? Opposed? Carries. Thank you.
Paul, we did not award that project.
Yeah.
I'm getting my stuff mixed up.
No, coming up.
Yeah.
Should we hold off on
Well,
awarding it?
when we get to it on the agenda, I also discovered something else about it, so. Are you at that point on the agenda? Okay. All right, looking at this sheet, it's all making sense to me. When we set up the capital project, originally, it was for the parking lots. And at that time, we were thinking about keeping the garage or building from one of those houses as a maintenance shed for you guys. But I see in this bid, it's not just for the parking lot, it's also for a maintenance building. That's the difference. And, because that came in at 198, that's about the same as that 180. So that's what threw this off. But you can, it could be awarded. I don't know whether the bid allows us to award with or without the maintenance building, but if you can do it without the maintenance building, then we've got enough in the capital project, you don't have to worry about that, just award it that way. But I know we've been talking, if you need a build, we
really need to build it out there, yeah. We've outgrown DSS as far as where we can store our stuff.
Yeah. That's the difference there, so it's that. We've got the maintenance building, the other option would be, if you want this project to go forward, is you can award it, but we would need to set up probably a separate capital project out of the building reserve to cover the cost of the building. And just pay for it out of those 2 funds. So either way.
So,
And if you don't want to make a decision now, you can table both. And I'll get back to you with that.
why do we do that? Why do we table it?
And then we'll try to make a decision Thursday.
Because we had a discussion about this before we came in.
Yeah.
And we're all, had a conversation for another day. So we can pull this, and I think that's it.
Sometimes I'm the one going crazy, sometimes you are.
Oh, you wanna get a vote on that? Motion to table it.
So,
First by legislator Yearman, second by legislator Lockwood. All in favor? Opposed?
further information.
Further, yeah. Further discussion. Committee reviews, reporting departments, buildings and grounds.
The elevator out here, we're close. May 6th, we're supposed to get our smoke curtains. After we get smoke curtains in, Baldy Multiplex just has to come hook it up to the fire panel and the elevator's up and running. Everything is working right now, other than we're waiting for those couple things, and we have a date in place for that. Butter Street.
What are smoke curtains?
It's new code, you have to have smoke curtains on front, on all the elevator doors. And if there's a fire or the fire alarms go off, these smoke curtains roll right down the face of the elevators to not let any air get in the shaft. So it's,
Good to know.
it's another code.
Was that the 100,000 out of the 500,000 or what?
It was about 40,000.
Just kidding.
Have you tested the elevators? Have you rode in it?
I haven't rode in it, but Kone has rode in it, and everything is working.
Okay.
So are you telling me it'll be done by the 9th of May?
I'm not gonna put a date on it, but I sure hope so.
Well, let me, then we go have a party right up there.
And I know on the 6th, they're coming to do the smoke curtains, and after that, Baldy's coming to do their hookups.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're fine. They're starting to put Butter Street back together. They're building walls up there, first floor and public defender's office. They're doing a lot of HVAC stuff, electrical, putting that section back together. We had a couple other issues. I think we've worked through those now. We're waiting on a couple answers for some other things, but it is encouraging to see it get put back together. Camp Zerby, that's being dug. They've got the pipe in the ground. I believe we're going to have concrete out there for our bathroom by Friday. I believe they're pouring it tomorrow, but for Friday for sure. It should all be done. They're going to start building right away. And I met in Flasky, and we're starting to look at windows, front entrance. We're starting to look at all that work to get that put together now that we have an architect. So that's about that.
All right, Highway Department, I think we're gonna pass on that. Sean's out for today. Solid waste.
Cell 5 expansion started. The contractor has moved in heavy equipment last Friday, yesterday, and today. So that is underway. We had issues with the road and the top of cell 4, which the highway department did a very good job putting a road in for me. And the solid waste department got the pad in on Saturday. I've heard some positive things from haulers, as I believe some of the rest of you have. So that should be behind us. HHW opens tomorrow. That'll be Wednesdays and Saturdays like in previous years. Let's see, that's pretty much it for
Under the hazardous waste, paint cans,
Yeah.
You don't have to clean them out or a maximum.
You bring the paint cans in,
Yeah.
and they get boxed for paint care. If they've got paint in them,
Yeah.
that can get recycled. If it's just dry paint,
Yeah.
then I believe we can just put that up in a liner. I don't think that's an issue.
So you bring the cans boxed and.
And, that's it for the landfill. I've got a phone call on Friday with the DEC regarding my intake structure at the IRF. That's a project that we're trying to get finished this summer. There was a screen size change about 10 years ago on these intake screens. So I need to see how that's going to affect this project. I will update you when I have an answer. We patched the floor in front of incinerator 4 at the last shutdown. That turned out very well. And all the compressor project we discussed. So that's about it for this week. We'll keep it short this time.
Good. Thanks, Tim. Airport.
I don't have a lot this month either. I think I just won't be able to. The Eclipse, we had 41 planes pre-registered to show up at the airport. We assumed if the forecast was nice, we were probably going to see another 50 or so. And then the forecast for the morning came out, and we saw 8 airplanes.
Only 8?
18.
Oh, 18.
Yeah. So we had planned, we were ready. Unfortunately, the weather didn't cooperate for us.
Yeah, 18 was better than us.
It was definitely better than something, yeah, and we were ready and prepared to, none of the larger ones that we were hoping to sell some fuel to, but none of those showed up. They all went to Maine and Vermont. And pancake breakfast, we don't do pancake breakfast. The Experimental Aircraft Association, the chapter a little bit further down from the entrance of the airport, they're the ones that do the pancake breakfast. They're getting a little bit up their age and not seeing as many volunteers to help with the pancake breakfast. So there's been less and less pancake breakfast in the last couple of years. I just talked with the president of the chapter, and they are planning on doing the same 5 that they used to do this year. They're going to be doing that in cooperation with the Civil Air Patrol that meets at the airport, also younger cadets that are have a little bit more energy. So they haven't locked it down yet, but we do anticipate that we will be bringing the pancake breakfast back, and it should start on Mother's Day. So it's always a really good event for the airport to bring the public in. Let them see and appreciate the folks.
You don't have the other days?
Usually what they are is the second Sunday of every month up until September. But again, they haven't locked those in, but I really think that we have a good chance of having breakfast again this year.
Okay. Thank you very much. Central Services.
So a couple days after committee submissions were due, I received notification that the Department of Homeland Security grant that we applied for was, we were awarded that at $50,000 earmarked to pay for the second year of a software package that we use, pretty critical to essentially what we do. So that's some good news. I think I'll take work for that for next month to accept that award.
We're not gonna lose it between now and then.
I hope not. No, we should. Okay. Yeah. So another item we're working on, most of our computers are Windows 10. Windows 10 is end of life next year in October, so our fleet of computers, which is about 1,200 computers, need to be upgraded to Windows 11. So that's a fair amount of work for us to do between now and next October. Around 325 of the machines aren't compatible, so I have some funds available, but I'm going to be requesting more funds for that. We're still kind of getting the details together on the scope of that. Something we'll just be working on pretty much every day for the next year. Another project I've been working on, I think I mentioned that our wireless network is needed to be replaced. So I have the quotes for that, but the way I've structured that is to be part of a larger network upgrade with 5 phases, potentially down over 5 years. So the funding for that first phase for the Wi-Fi piece I have, it was part of a capital project that was approved last year. So that's funded, and I'm going to write this up in a little bit more detail so it's understood. The cost of this project over 5 years is more than what I have forecasted in my 5-year plan. Some of it because I'm buying 5 years of support up front, which is a more economical way to do it, but it is more expensive. And so I think if there's not a comfort level with that kind of expenditure, this first phase of it, which the brand of equipment I'm selecting for the Wi-Fi piece is the brand for all the rest of it. So it's shifting our network from one brand of equipment to another. And it's the right fit for us for a lot of reasons. It's more manageable. I think I've got to get other people on my staff trained. I'm really concerned about continuity. I've said that before. The success of my department. I think the thing we've achieved is, of course, due to the support of the legislature for funding and other changes have been made, but it's due to the capability of the team. And some of the skill sets are harder to replace than others. Network administration is very complex. There's a lot to it, and there's still more to do with it. And maybe get some other team members trained and on a platform that is designed for administrative efficiency, but also meets the security objectives. There are some features that it has that are more than just nice to have, they're really essential now. So this checks a lot of boxes for us, but I need to write something up so you can see kind of what it looks like, and as it's, $700,000 over 5 years, and a bit more than I had forecasted for sure. Kind of the main things at the moment.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much. Anybody else got anything? Looking for the appropriate motion. First by motion to adjourn. First by legislator Holt, second by legislator Wolf. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?